everybody, Lambo here, kind of walking you through my idea that I got, and we'll see if it's gonna work or not. I don't know. This is just another project. As you can see, in order to do any kind of fishing, we needed boats, so kind of working on a few boats. They're not quite done yet. They have a lot of faults to them, but they're big projects. I mean, they're absolutely huge. Got a little guy for transporting stuff, got a bigger one for transporting stuff. We'll go over each one real lightly here. Right now, when you go to spawn them, this is how it's going to look. This is inside the shipyard. There's two exits here. You notice right there, and then there's another one back over there next to that crane you see in the very center. And if you spawn too many boats, you won't be able to get them out of the fencing and stuff. So just do a couple at a time and then go from there. The idea, first time you open your map, you're gonna have to spawn your own vehicles. That way it's easy for me to make edits to them and not have to do the whole map all over, so you have to get a new map and stuff installed. So for the time being, they are all color choosable. When you go into the store, you go to the boat section, and now when you very first look at them, they're so big that you're not going to be able to see much in the shop area. I mean, a little bit, but it's just too big for the shop. So what I'm working on is building a new shop. Apparently you can change these i3Ds, and I think that would be sweet. The only thing is, it would be really weird for if you bought like tractors or anything like that, because then they'd be in the water. So that's the problem I'm having. It is color selectable, so there's a bunch of different colors here. Red, I mean yellow if you wanted here. There's that guy. Lambo Nita is a very large vessel. It's gonna look weird like that because it's so big. Don't worry, it works just fine. And once again, you can change a whole bunch of different colors. Can't see the colors here because of the angle of the camera. And then you have the sledgehammer, which you can kind of see some of this one as you zoom around here. And I got to do the railing up here, all this color selectable. I just haven't had time to put the code in. Boom. And then I have to talk to Adam, but I installed this little dump frame right here on here. I'm sure he'll think this is a hoot. I always do really weird stuff with his stuff. So this can haul stuff right now, and then also load vehicles on it. I don't think I have tie-down straps installed yet, but when you load your vehicles up, you're gonna have to drive them out. There is a bunch of little cranes all over the map. I've already pre-placed them, that way you don't have to drive them. There's ranging, right now there's only 2 islands done. Okay, and this is a farther island. It's more like a tourist island. There's 2 sell points here, and then also I'm going to move this big yacht you see here. That way you can use this crane to on and offload stuff. Still working on this area a lot. I mean, this is really alpha. I have a long ways to go, but it's getting fun. So I think we're in the Braylon Marie. I am making, if you look over to our right here, you'll notice there is like a little boat carrier. I am making a boat carrier for these. So when they spawn, they would be on a little boat carrier, and then you lower them into the water. But that's a couple projects away before I can get that done. Be really cool though. Pretty detailed interior on this Braylon Marie. I mean, it'll show the amount of diesel. There's a lot of places and placeables loaded on this map. There's so many views I made that require diesel and other things. So the idea of making fuel from an offshore oil rig and bringing it to a refinery and then taking it, as this vessel empties its fuel, we'll turn on our HUD here, and you'll see it says diesel in my right hand corner down there, and it has a lot, right? So as that starts to go down, these barrels will disappear, and once those barrels are gone, you're out of fuel. And don't let that happen, because you'll have to come bring a fuel thing and fuel yourself up. But these all these vessels burn a lot of fuel, like 350 gallons an hour. I mean, we're trying to make it to where you have to actually make some fuel. You bring it over here, and there's a little cell station. Actually, this is kind of like almost like the Fabric, but it's based off of Farmer Shibi's Lua. So you bring, for the time being, it's supposed to be diesel, but it's listed as lime. So you bring lime and pig feed here right now until I finish making the refinery and we can make diesel, because I have to make a whole new fill type for the diesel I want to make. But that spot is where, to the right, is where you bring in your lime and pig feed, and then right underneath this little spout where it says crab and sardine, you will pick up your crab and sardine. And there's another one here meant for pallets, and if you bring trailers over, that allows you to do the same thing, and the spill where it spits out the crab and the sardines is right there underneath that black little pillar. The idea behind this is there's some geodesic domes. Let's see if I can get us a picture of it. Oh, gotta get closer. There's geodesic domes with sardines in there, and as the sardines die, they fall to the bottom of the cage where the crab get a little snacky treat, so they hang out underneath there, and then you drop crab pots down and they get inside of there. Some of this is working, some of it's still, oh, pull forward just a hair, might be able to see the domes. Ah, there's a dome. Oh, back up. There's a geodesic dome. Ah, dang it. We'll get it. Made a bunch of domes and nets, and still working on some stuff here, guys. Whoop. Vessel stuck. Gotta go, get out of here. Most boats don't go over 20 knots or barely 19 miles an hour. I know people are probably going to want these a little faster, but the answer is no. Unless you want to go in there and edit it and make it a little faster, but I'm keeping it somewhat for me. So after you get your boats out here, there's a bunch of places to dock them all along the coastline here. As you get closer, you'll see it. The view screen is so far out that the clip distance on stuff, because it's such a big map, isn't set that high, and I don't want to set it that high because it'll cause major lag issues. And so if you want to see stuff on this boat in more detail, just zoom in. If not, it's going to give you, as you back up, slowly things will disappear out of focus off the boat. That way it'll render better when you are actually driving. You notice like there's no fins, fans, stuff like that. You can't see the barrels. And this is just strictly to save on performance. The idea is you would come over here, and I'm working with Iconic. They're making a bunch of containers that we can load crab and sardine and all kinds of different stuff in. And you would pull up underneath here and use this crane to load it up. After you get it loaded, you can take it to a sell point or whatnot. We're stuck on the wall. Dang it. Gotta get off the wall. And that would be the fun time. The LCAC is on here. I had to adjust the wheels and kind of do some major modifications from the Paradise map, or the actual Paradise Racing map. So if you try to purchase this in-game, or you have to reset this one, the wheels are below the terrain, because I have to go in and remake the whole freaking model. I have to lift it up inside the i3D, but I've already placed one in the map. So just kind of a heads up, if you go to purchase one, it's going to be, you might have to use the lift anything mod to pick it up and then fly up in the air real quick to pull the wheels out from underneath the ground, because they're just stuck. Right now it works when it spawns in game, it's going to work for you, but not if you purchased it. That will be fixed in the next update. It's just what's keeping me from releasing this right now. There's a lot of, or actually being able to drop this out to be tested by a couple people, because there's a lot of features on here that I honestly would rather mod than take the time to try to figure out every single little thing is working. And I love having people tell me, so that's why I have a handful of people that help out. Okay, next up, this is one of the spots that I'm working on for dockside market. You can basically come here and dump it. Your anchovies, crab, whatever you got. I'll make the bucket bigger eventually. I just gotta ask Adam if we can even use it in the long term. I mean, it'd be cool for a little boat. Neat little bucket holder there. Make it a lot bigger. If you look on the map, oh, it's not even listed here. It's a secret little spot. If you want to go make some easy money right off bat, running fish back and forth, it's right about in this area. There's a little, right about there. We're headed there now, and there's a lot more over here. You guys should have fun. I just have the 2 islands done, so that island and that island. As you can see, it's gonna be a while. And we'll cruise over here. You can start to see some of it start to show up. Literally went to the bathroom, got something to drink. Let's say 45 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe longer. I don't know. That's how long it took me to get here. But there's a little spout right there. You can see it. And the idea is you put the dump bed right underneath that spout, right inside that little little dude here. And really, you could back up here. Pardon me. Back up here, get on there. Watch on that hatch. That hatch doesn't have a static yet. You'll fall through, and you'll be like, no! You'll be stuck in there. Come over here. More anchovies. I gotta do some fixing still. A lot of anchovies you gotta suck up. I do believe you can get some crab here too. They got a little operation going. They offer cheap discounted. So you go drive basically the dump bed right underneath this spout, and it'll ask you if you want to start filling. And this little guy will sell you some crab. This is my secret sell spot. We'll jump back on the boat. You enter the boat from right here. It spits you out right here too. Remember, it's Coast Guard approved vessel. Get some wires in there. If you look real close, might be able to zoom in for a second. I put little Coast Guard stickers everywhere. You can kind of see. Got some radios. Still building. Still building. Okay, so you'll back up over here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Back up right there. It'll say start filling. It'll ask you crab or sardine. I gotta change the HUD image before I upload it to you guys. So we will go. I know crab sells real good, so let's start filling her up with crab. It's gonna take a minute. While it's filling up, let's look at the price of crab right now. Price of crab is ridiculous per liter. I mean, we're talking some PUNKA bucks here. $20,000 low. That's about real price. About real pricing. Okay, we're full of crab. Let's see how well the fill plane turned out. We could do better. I'll work on the fill plane texture. I'm not very happy with it, but the idea and the concept there. Hey, I like the pallets. I've been working on some pallets that have crab inside, like these little boxes you see right there, and it'll be a lot cooler of a system once I figure out a couple little details. So we'll go haul the crab to another offshore sell spot and go make some money. There we go. We're off. Still working on the interior. Go over here on the other side of this bad boy. Alright. I think he's right in my spot, so I pulled the L-cat right in the wrong spot. That thing takes forever to start up. You're not turning that on. So we'll just back on up. I'll turn on my HUD. Whoop. Went up the stairs. Oh man, wrecked the boat. Nobody's looking, right? It didn't happen if nobody saw it. Remember that. Okay, we will turn on my HUD so you guys can see it'll light up. Back up all the way to it here. Oh. Maybe. I hit my button here. It should show it might be just above it. I got some adjusting to do that. Okay, so I gotta fix this cell point first, but this is a cell point right here. If you were in a truck, or if I was in something a little higher, like on the plank, as you can see, there's a little box right there. That the only box that's not red. And I have to have my bucket just above that. So like if I went like this, I think I probably could. Working on some more placeable stuff in here. In the crab shack area. Got another little guy. Gonna be bringing some stuff in here. Right now this one isn't working as I'm working on these cages for crab. But you can come by crab and sardine from right here as well. We go into here and you get into some offices, the shipyard office, and what's listed on the map as the mall center. So here's one of the shopping malls right here. I mean, and there's a there we go. Here's your sell point. I will label this a little bit better in the future, but they will buy pretty much anything. That's for the mall. And then over here is kind of a pig food maker. You'll recognize this off Mod Hub. I changed it to B, and I will, when eventually this goes public, I will make sure that the original author, before I change this to do sardines and salt to make pig feed, I will make sure he gets credit. But it's based off of Farmer Shibby's Lewis script anyways, but the model and stuff. So, but right now, I don't think I have it listed here. You do have to bring a little bit of crab here. Okay, a little bit of crab. And salt is lime. We're in the process of converting the lime on the map to be salt instead. So that's almost done, and then that'll be all fixed. Whee! There's some concrete over here. There's eventually some factory manufacturing going to be happening at this place. You'll bring stuff around the side over here. That is not up and going yet, but if you need concrete, there is some concrete right here that you can feel free to grab and use. Whee! Okay. If you bring up your menu here, there's a bunch of stuff installed inside the map. And there's like the diesel tank works really good. It's really cheap actually for that amount of diesel. And it has numbers on the side of it. It tells how much is in there. It's really white right there. There's also a water tank that does the exact same thing, but it has water in it. And the bulk container, the crab container, these aren't working yet 100%. If you're having problems picking stuff up, first things first, buy the land. Eventually I will do certain areas buyable, but right now it's just the whole thing is buyable. I want to drive over to that other sell spot and see how much money we're going to make out of this. Even though I dumped half of it out. Be careful around the end of these piers. That's why I put these buoys here. There's some underwater pier stuff that will mess your boat up because you're still restricted to the ground because there's this invisible wheels on these bad boys. Okay, so we're at this other spot. Obviously, it's gonna let me offload the crab. Start selling it. This should be buco. Oh, not all the way in. This spot seems to be perfect. So I just need to set it at water level height. It's gonna start over. See how much 40,000 liters of crab gets me. If I should adjust the prices or not. I mean, crab is expensive. The first one of the boats I worked on made $250,000 in like first month. This is this dungy crab. And there we go. Yeah, that makes, I mean, not quite. 90,000 was the first offload, and I'll have to figure out the math on that, but hey, we can make these boats a couple million. You can make some buco bucks pretty quick. I mean, how nice this boat is, all the electronics, this has to be $1 million. $1.2, $1.3 million boat. Nice. Alright, so that sell point works. Awesome deal.
Hey boys, do you play Farming Simulator 19? If so, join Lambo Mods Patreon page to instantly receive access to some awesome creations.